So in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the top 10 most photographed locations in Beaufort, South Carolina. So if that's something that interests you, don't go anywhere because we're getting started right now. Do you want to know everything there is to know about the South Carolina Lowcountry? Whether it's Bluffton, Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, or Jasper County? Then subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you'll be the first to know about everything happening here. My name is David Simcox, host of this channel and a local real estate agent. I get calls and emails every day from people just like you looking to make their move here, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 3 days, 3 months, or even 3 years, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or you can even book a Zoom call, all in the description below, so I can help you find your Lowcountry lifestyle. Now today we're heading over to Beaufort, South Carolina, and Beaufort is a small city in the county of Beaufort, and it is a absolutely amazing, quaint, historically rich town, not too far from Bluffton, not too far from Hilton Head, and it has some of the most gorgeous locations you'll ever see. And so I thought it would be cool to do a video of the 10 most photographed locations in all of Beaufort, South Carolina. So if that's something that interests you, let's jump in and get started right now. All right, drum roll please. Coming in at number 10 is the Woods Memorial Bridge, known more affectionately by the locals as the Swing Bridge. The Woods Memorial Bridge, or the Swing Bridge, is more than just a landmark. It's a piece of Beaufort's heart, immortalized on the big screen in the movie Forrest Gump, and steeped in stories of its own. For centuries, Beaufort's residents navigated life surrounded by water with no bridge connecting them to the nearby sea islands. Boats and ferries were the lifeline for settlers and locals alike, until July 7th, 1927, when everything changed. That day, the Ladies Island Bridge opened, stretching across the Beaufort River to connect the town of Ladies Island, St. Helena, and beyond. This bridge, however, didn't remain unchanged. In 1959, a new structure replaced the original wooden span, and in 1971, it was rededicated as the Richard V. Woods Memorial Bridge. It was named after State Highway Patrolman Richard V. Woods, who was tragically killed in the line of duty. The bridge bears a solemn inscription dedicated in 1971 to the memory of State Highway Patrolman R.V. Woods and all other South Carolina law enforcement officers who died while serving in the line of duty. You can see, while looking at this beautiful structure, why it came in on our list of the top 10 most photographed locations in Beaufort, South Carolina. And coming in at number 9 is a local hidden hotspot called Sands Beach. This is Sands Beach, Beaufort's best kept secret. Tucked away in the Port Royal section, it is a cherished local hotspot that's been a magnet for the Beaufort area community for years. This isn't your typical touristy stretch of sand. It's a place where neighbors recognize each other and visitors feel like they've stumbled upon something very special. Here, there's no hustle for space, just room to unwind, relax, and enjoy. At Sands Beach, you can pull your car right up beside you on the sand, perfect for a pickup truck or a Jeep with the top off. Whether it's a family day in the sun or a solo retreat, this quiet beach feels like a private escape right by the water. And then there's the treasure hunt. The Sands Beach is a prime spot for finding shark teeth buried in the sand, a pastime every local knows well. Young or old, there's a thrill in combing through the sand and finding those little black fossils, each one a tiny piece of the past. Wander down the boardwalk, built in 1987, where you'll find fishermen casting lines and families crabbing along the water. Climb up the observation tower for sweeping views of the salt marsh and watch boats cruise by as seagulls swoop and play. This is a place where locals have honed their skills at casting nets and where newcomers get their first taste of coastal Carolina. When you visit the sands, the possibilities are endless. Pack a picnic lunch and spend the day here fishing, crabbing, soaking up the sun, or launching a boat from the boat ramp. And this very special beach is not actually on the ocean. It's actually where Battery Creek flows into the Beaufort River. And I'm sure by watching this, you can see why it made our list of the most beautiful and photographed locations. And coming in at number 8 is a quiet place with a profound past, the Beaufort National Cemetery. In the heart of Beaufort County lies the Beaufort National Cemetery, a serene landscape rich in history. Majestic live oaks draped in Spanish moss tower over the rows of simple white headstones, silently marking the resting place of thousands who served and sacrificed. For history buffs and Civil War enthusiasts, this site is more than a cemetery. It's a walk through time. Established in 1863, Beaufort National Cemetery is one of just 6 national cemeteries created during the Civil War, initially for Union soldiers who died in this region. Beaufort's strategic location between Charleston and Savannah made it an easy target for the Union Army, which quickly seized control of the area in 1861. Just 2 years later, the Union began moving the remains of fallen soldiers taken from makeshift graves in Hilton Head, Charleston, and even Florida, transferring them to this new national cemetery in Beaufort. Over 2,800 soldiers, including some who were originally buried in Georgia, were eventually buried here. Today, the cemetery is the final resting place for more than 18,500 people, representing every major American conflict since the Spanish-American War. Among the graves are 100 Confederate soldiers, several regional figures, and veterans like Colonel Donald Condroic, known as the Great Santini. And in a powerful nod to African American history, the remains of 19 soldiers from the famed Massachusetts 54th Infantry, an all-black regiment immortalized in the film Glory. Surrounded by a historic brick wall from 1876, the cemetery features an elegant original entrance flanked by limestone piers added in 1940. At the main gate, a 20-foot granite obelisk stands tall, a tribute to the Union soldiers who lost their lives. Listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1997, Beaufort National Cemetery stands as both a reminder of the past and a place of peaceful reflection. Though somber, it remains a place of quiet beauty, drawing visitors from near and far to honor those who rest here and remember the history etched into every stone. All right, and coming in at number 7 is Whitehall Park. The reason Whitehall Park came in our list of top 10 most photographed locations is because we know people love to take pictures of their pets, and Whitehall Park is Beaufort's pet-friendly oasis. Whitehall Park is a picturesque escape where visitors can unwind beneath century-old live oaks draped in Spanish moss. This pet-friendly park offers picnic tables nestled in the shade, plenty of green space for relaxing, and benches perfectly placed to enjoy the sights of the local wildlife and stunning sunsets over the marshes of the Beaufort River. As night falls, the lighted walking path creates a cozy ambiance, and the park's restrooms add convenience for a day outdoors. One of Whitehall's highlights is its scenic walking trail, leading to a pedestrian bridge that connects the park with the Woods Memorial Bridge and downtown Beaufort. This connection makes it easy for visitors to stroll between the park and downtown, enhancing Beaufort's walkability and linking the city with the new neighborhoods planned for Ladies Island. All right, and coming in at number 6 is Pigeon Point Park. The reason Pigeon Point Park made the list is because the only thing that people love to photograph more than their pets is their children. Tucked away along the peaceful banks of the Beaufort River, Pigeon Point Park is a charming, family-friendly retreat. It is the perfect spot for families to unwind. Kids can dive into adventure on the playground with slides, swings, seesaws, and more, while the parents relax on the benches shaded by majestic oaks draped in Spanish moss. Adults can enjoy sweeping views of the oaks and vibrant blooms in the spring and the summer. Picnic tables are on site for snacks while trails wind through the park, making it easy to keep an eye on your little ones. Becoming very popular with the locals, this park is gaining a reputation as one of Beaufort's best kept secrets. While it's open during daylight hours, tall street lamps provide light for those lingering to catch a sunset over the river. Whether you're a visitor looking for a peaceful break or a resident soaking in the natural beauty, Pigeon Point Park is the quintessential slice of Beaufort's charm, offering a perfect blend of play and tranquility in the coastal South Carolina scenery. All right, now coming in at number 5, it's not the most beautiful building, but it is loved by the Beaufort locals. This is the Pickle Factory. Like I said, it's not the most beautiful building in Beaufort, but it does captivate the imagination. It wasn't even around when Sherman blazed through the South. But in Beaufort, South Carolina, this crumbling factory from the early 20th century holds its own charm. It's a relic, celebrated in its own quirky way, though it's far beyond repair or use. Today, this old factory has even earned a spot on the National Historic Register, despite the fact that no one can even agree on what to call it. When it first opened, it went by Seacoast Packing Company. Longtime locals know it as the Pig Factory or the Slaughterhouse, but for the past 50 or so years, it's been affectionately nicknamed the Old Pickle Factory. Originally built as a meat packing plant in 1921, it was designed to boost local livestock farming, but it never actually happened. For 7 years, it sat empty, waiting for its first spark. Over the years, it's been a storage site for groceries, a tomato canning plant, a pickle packing factory, and even a lumber warehouse. Unfortunately, by 1980, it was little more than an abandoned concrete shell with a rich past but still no future. It still remains one of the only industrial buildings within city limits. Yet, despite its decay, the old pickle factory has managed to charm generations. The factory sits there, haunted by dreams of what it could have been. For some people, it's impossible not to feel drawn to it, even with the no trespassing sign spray painted across its sides. It's got dark, empty stairwells, a caved-in roof with a view of the sky. This spooky-looking building is Beaufort's own strange monument, calling out with echoes of what once was and the thrilling what if that never came to pass. All right, and now we are moving on to number 4, Henry Chambers Waterfront Park. Welcome to Henry Chambers Waterfront Park. You can kick off your morning with a hot coffee and the stunning glow of a waterfront sunrise, or wind down with a sunset stroll as boats drift into Beaufort. Nestled by the marina and overlooking the Beaufort River, this park offers endless water views and an ever-changing scene of fishing charters, yachts, and skiffs journeying to and from the Atlantic. This idyllic spot has something for everyone. Kids can let loose on the playground, couples can enjoy a peaceful walk shaded by live oaks and palmettos, and dog lovers will find it's a pet-friendly haven. Families can picnic, fish, or just relax with front row seats to the local maritime charm. Whether you're here for a family adventure, romantic retreat, or just a quiet place to unwind, Henry Chambers Waterfront Park captures the serene beauty of Beaufort, giving you every reason to fall for South Carolina's coastal magic. I'm sure you can see why this is on our list of the most photographed locations in Beaufort, South Carolina. So bring a camera, a picnic basket, or simply good company and soak in the unmatched charm of this waterfront gem. And coming in at number 3, we have the Spanish Moss Trail. The Spanish Moss Trail made our list of the top 10 most photographed locations in Beaufort, South Carolina, because people love to stop and take selfies as they bike, hike, or walk their dogs along one of the most beautiful hiking and biking trails you've ever seen. The Spanish Moss Trail is a hidden gem in Beaufort County, South Carolina, and has quickly become a top destination for both locals and visitors. This scenic 10-mile paved greenway, a revitalized railroad path, offers a peaceful escape into Lowcountry beauty, winding through marshes, Spanish moss-draped neighborhoods, and lush wetlands. It's perfect for walking, running, biking, or simply taking in the stunning water views and coastal wildlife. Stretching from Seabrook to Port Royal, the trail connects communities like Burton and Beaufort, with future expansions potentially reaching Yemassee, making it a key part of the East Coast Greenway. Open daily from dawn till dusk, the 12-foot wide path is thoughtfully equipped with parking, pet stations, and designated fishing spots. Recognized as one of the best urban trails, the Spanish Moss Trail invites exploration, adventure, and tranquility in every mile. Whether you're a nature lover or a fitness enthusiast, it's a must-experience slice of the Lowcountry. All right, and coming in at number 2, just a short drive outside of Beaufort, South Carolina, is Hunting Island Beach. Hunting Island, South Carolina's most visited state park, is a slice of untouched Lowcountry paradise. Famous as a filming site for Forrest Gump's Vietnam scenes in 1993, this natural gem is one of the last undeveloped sea islands, drawing visitors for its wild beauty and storied past. Originally, it was called Reynolds Island after its first owner, Richard Reynolds. The island became known as Hunting Island due to its popularity as a hunting ground for plantation owners in the mid-1800s. And long before European settlers, Native American communities lived here, leaving fascinating cultural remnants. The island's Atlantic Ocean facing side boasts nearly 5 miles of soft white sand beaches. Guests can swim, fish, kayak, and paddleboard in the salt marsh or explore the park's lush hiking trails and scenic beach where horseback riding is allowed. Bird watchers, photographers, and nature lovers alike find endless inspiration here. Hunting Island also offers camping for everyone, from 40-foot RV sites to rustic tents under the starry skies. With its dramatic landscapes and serene seascapes, it's a haven for those looking to experience the natural heart of South Carolina. All right, and coming in at number 1, the most photographed location in all of Beaufort, South Carolina is, drumroll, the Hunting Island Lighthouse. So this last and final stop on our tour of the most photographed locations in Beaufort, South Carolina is also in Hunting Island State Park. This lighthouse, built in 1859 to guide ships between Charleston and Savannah, offers one of South Carolina's rare opportunities to climb to the top of the authentic beacon. You can ascend its 167 steps for an unforgettable 360-degree view of the Atlantic Ocean, pristine beaches, and the lush maritime forest below. The current structure is a unique reconstruction. The original brick lighthouse was destroyed during the Civil War by Confederate soldiers who sought to block Union navigation. In 1873, it was rebuilt with a segmented iron design to enable relocation in case of erosion, a precaution that became necessary in 1889 when shifting tides forced the entire structure to be moved over a mile inland. Decommissioned in 1933, the lighthouse fell silenced, replaced by an offshore buoy, but the island's beauty and history were preserved when it was transferred to South Carolina to become a state park in 1940. During World War II, it served once more, this time as a radio station for the Army Air Corps. Today, rumors say it's haunted, adding a touch of mystery for brave souls who dare to visit at night. So, whether you're a history buff, a beach lover, or a thrill seeker, the Hunting Island Lighthouse is a treasure from another time, ready to share all of its stories. All right, that's it. That's a wrap. Those are the top 10 most photographed locations in all of Beaufort, South Carolina. I hope you enjoyed that. And again, if I can help you find your Lowcountry lifestyle, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text, or you can even book a Zoom call, all in the description below. And if you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest happening here, be sure and like, subscribe, and tap that bell for notifications so you'll know every time I drop a new video. It's been an absolute pleasure spending time with you today, and I hope to meet you in person at some point, but if not, I hope to at least see you on the next video.